Inside Cecot, the world's most extreme prison, they haven't seen daylight in weeks, no windows. No visits. No lawyers, no voices but their own, and even those are swallowed by the silence. Here, they kneel. Shaven heads bowed. Hands zip-tied behind their backs. These are not photos from a dystopian novel, this is real, this is Cecot, the largest, most brutal prison on Earth, and it was built. In just 7 months, Cecot, the Centro de Confinamiento del Terrorismo, isn't just a prison, it's a message, a cold, concrete declaration of war by El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, meant to house 40,000 alleged gang members. It's a place where due process takes a back seat to dominance. Where prisoners are stripped, literally and psychologically, of identity. In a world reeling from crime and insecurity, some hail it as a miracle, others call it a human rights nightmare. Today, we're stepping inside the gates of Cecot, to understand how a country created a prison so vast, so inescapable, that it might have changed the definition of justice itself. Chapter 1. Born from blood. The gang war that built Cecot. For decades, El Salvador was gripped by terror, not from foreign invaders, but from within. MS-13 and Barrio 18, two of the world's deadliest gangs, turned neighborhoods into war zones. In 2015, El Salvador had the highest murder rate on Earth, over 100 murders per 100,000 people. Enter President Nayib Bukele, young, bold, tech-savvy, and unforgiving. In March 2022, after a sudden gang massacre left 62 people dead in a single day, Bukele declared a state of exception, suspending constitutional rights. Tens of thousands were arrested. Some were guilty, many weren't, but Bukele had a problem, there was nowhere to put them, so, he built Cecot. A fortress like no other, Cecot is carved into a remote forest in Tecoluca, surrounded by 600 soldiers and 250 police officers. It's designed to be impenetrable, and escape-proof, each detail calculated. 8 cell blocks, gun towers every 500 feet, no windows in cells, no connection to the outside world. There are video surveillance systems covering every square meter, even inside the cells. Beds are slabs of concrete, showers, timed meals, rationed books. Forbidden, even the movement of inmates is choreographed, kneeling, silent, exposed, one misstep, and they're punished with solitary confinement. In complete darkness, justice or vengeance, to some, Bukele is a hero. In 2023, El Salvador's murder rate dropped by over 70%, the lowest in decades. Neighborhoods once ruled by gangs are peaceful again, but the question isn't just how peace returned, it's what it cost. Over 75,000 people have been arrested since the crackdown began. Many were detained without trial, no formal charges. Some say they were rounded up for having tattoos, or simply being in the wrong neighborhood. Mass incarceration without due process is not justice, it's collective punishment. The human inside the monster, who are the people inside Cecot? Yes, many are gang members, killers, extortionists, criminals. But among them are also the innocent, the wrongly accused, the forgotten. There were no lawyers, no one to call. It was like I had disappeared from the world. He was just going to work. They took him anyway. I haven't heard from him in over a year. Cecot doesn't differentiate. Once you're in, you're guilty by association, and society moves on. The future of prisons. Or a warning to the world, is this the future of incarceration, a model of efficiency and deterrence, or a blueprint for authoritarian control? Other countries are watching, some admiring, some fearing. As governments struggle with crime, will they follow Bukele's lead, and if so, who decides where justice ends, and oppression begins? Cecot stands, cold, vast, and unflinching, a fortress born of desperation and resolve. It's easy to cheer when the violence stops, harder to look closely at how it stopped, even harder to ask, when we trade liberty for safety, who pays the price? In El Salvador, the cells are full, but the questions, they're just beginning.